And welcome back to Hadoop Exam Learning Resources. In this session, we will cover the next question from our Databricks Spark Developer Certification Spark 2.x version. So let's start with this, and in this session I will consider the question number 8 from the paper, question paper 2. Okay, so what this question is asking exactly, so let's read this question. You have given following two files. One is content.txt file, contains a huge text file containing a space separated words. Another file is remove.txt. Ignore, filter all the words given in this file. This is a comma separated file. Which of the following Spark program reads the content.txt file and load as an RDD? Remove all the words from remove.txt file. So what exactly they are asking, and count the occurrence of each word and save it as a text file in HDFS. So what this question is exactly asking is, like, you have been given two files. This is content.txt file, correct? And this is a huge one. Another file is remove.txt file, which is CSV file, comma separated file, and this is space separated file, correct? Okay, so now whatever words in this files are there should be removed from this file. If this file contains these words, then remove these words. And once you have been removed this word, what they are asking you to do is count the occurrence of each word. Now this is a word count application, correct? And save it as a text file in the HDFS file system, correct? So that is what you have to do. Now you remember, or you know how this problem, what exactly they wanted to test in the question. They wanted to I believe to test your knowledge of broadcast variable, I think so. Okay, so this file is a huge, it means in your cluster, if you have Spark cluster of multiple nodes, so this file is divided on in multiple parts and saved on each node, kind of thing, correct? And similarly each partition would become an RDD on that node, correct? Let's assume it for simplicity, it become an RDD. So there is you need to filter out the words from this file. So this file needs to be present on each node. So either you manually copy the file on each node. So if there are hundreds of nodes, you have to copy the file on hundreds of nodes. But there's a better solutions to implement this. Use the broadcast variable. You create a serialized object using this file and broadcast this and use to filter on each node this file. Okay, so let me directly go to the solution. So in this case option 4 is correct. So let me go to the explanation, that would be better here. So what we would be doing here, first content.txt file would be loaded, okay? Then also load the remove.txt file. So two RDD is created, one with a content and another is a remove. Create an RDD from a remove. However, there is a possibility each word could have trailing spaces. Remove those white spaces as well. We have used two function here, flat map, map and trim. Okay, so remove the trailing space in. Okay, first what you would be doing here, you are flattening this splitting this file and then trimming each word, okay, and creating the flat map out of this. So in previous exercise we have discussed what is the flat map, correct? Now what we are doing is remove RDD is there. So what we want, this RDD to be broadcasted, but remember this may be in exam, RDD cannot be broadcasted directly. You have to first convert into the array or something, correct, some collection, then only you can broadcast it. So what we are doing here, RDD.collect, if you directly broadcast this RDD, it won't work, it will give you exception. Okay, so you have to first collect it and convert into the to list. If it is based on your requirement, you convert into the type of collection. So here we are converting into the to list exactly, or we can convert into to set as well. If there is a duplicate elements in this RDD, that would be removed if we convert to set, because set can contain only unique elements, correct? So this could be, you can use this to set as well, correct, to remove to contain only. So now this RDD would be broadcasted here. So that is the main purpose of asking this question here. Split the content RDD so we can have array of string, correct? So we'll, whatever in the content file will also, this is space separated, what we will be doing, flattening the this entire content of a file. Filter the RDD so it can have only content which are not present in the broadcast variable. So what you would be doing, filter transformation you are applying on this words. This is actual contents case where each word you pass into this function and be removed. This is broadcast variable dot value. So now you have to again apply the dot value function. So it would be creating a collection. It will give you the collection of this list, correct? The broadcast variable, if contains this word, so we are iterating each word from the contained file, correct? If this broadcast variable has this word in this, then filter it out and don't consider this word. Okay, this not operator will do this, so it would remove it. If this not present, so this condition would become true and it would return that word, and that word would be stored in the filtered RDD. Now create a pair RDD so we can have word comma one tuple. So this is a word count application. Now we have filtered whatever we wanted to do this, correct? So this would create a, for each word there is a, so I'll not go and explain the word count application. Most of the people now knows who are entering in the big data world what is the word count application, correct? So which we are having each word, and against each word we have one as a counter, and then reduce by key. As this is a pair RDD, so a word would be a key and this operation would be applied on the value. So 1 plus 1 become 2 kind of thing. So it would continuously applied, correct? And with finally word count result you would get it. So what you would get it, word and its total count. And to save the file in the HDFS, you have to save as a text file. You can call on the RDD that can save this file. Okay, so these are the 4 options here. So out of this matching option is this 4th one, okay, which we are loading here. Okay, what is the difference here? Text file, remove. Here we are using accumulator, correct? There is no need of using the accumulator. We don't want to accumulate anything, correct? So this is the question you to ask, because you know what is the difference between accumulator and the broadcast variable, correct? Now so this option goes. Now this option uses the broadcast variable. Okay, so this B, let's leave it, and option A does not use the broadcast variable, but it has a remove and content RDD and words dot filter. It directly applies this remove RDD. Okay, but this may not work, because this remove RDD will not be available on each node, correct? How it would be available until and unless you pass this file on this, correct? Otherwise only partition, like one partition of that file would be available, correct? So that is why you have to either collect on this node if this RDD, because you remember, like until and unless you apply this some collect on this function on this, then only this RDD, all the values of that RDD would be available on the each node in the cluster. So but that is not a good way of doing this. To solve this problem you should use the broadcast variable. Okay, so I'm also removing this option from here. Okay, now in this option we have used the broadcast variable, but what is the difference? We need to find it out. Word comma reduced by key. Okay, let me see the difference between option 4th and option content remove.txt x dot split. So in the option B, you have not applied the flat map on the content RDD, correct? So this RDD does not um, has a each individual value, but content would have a entire string as part of its element, which is not correct. We have to just split it, and then only we can use this. Okay, so that is the difference here between option B and option D. So this is, again, this is not a valid option. So you need to understand each API's purpose. That is what in this question. So otherwise you will get confused, because you see a lot of code to get the to make you confuse. Okay, so that is what your experience with the coding matters here in this exam. Okay, so you will learn the what is the each output and how would you do this kind of things. Okay, so that's all about this exercise. Thanks for watching, and I hope you like this session. Please don't forget to visit the hadoopexam.com. This is our site. You go here, you can subscribe here and get the subscription for this, and there are various other products which you wanted to learn, including training, certification preparation material. Now we have started creating the books as well. So this books is NIFA is our first book, complete book. This is more of a study guide for the AWS certification, which is not very huge book. That is a small book. Only important points are collected in this book, which for the certification perspective. So thank you, and I hope you like this session. Thank you.